this video, then please let me know down in the comments. Let me know anything you want about Arizona. Also, this is part of a series where I am drawing state maps of all US states. So if you enjoy this and you want to see some more, then the playlist should be in the description. And furthermore, if you go to that playlist and you see a state that I haven't already done, then please drop a comment down below and I would love to give it a go. The plan is to make it through all of them anyway, but I would love to do requests as well. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that we like doing requests here, so yeah. But yeah, as always, leave a comment down below, like the video if you enjoy. All of my support stuff is down below as well, so thank you very much. And yeah, let's just get started, shall we? So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the map, the outline, then we're going to fill in the inside, the details, and then I'm going to do a few facts and like little bits of history and stuff like that, just to give you an idea if you don't already know a little bit about Arizona. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going, shall we? Now, this is a nice one because it has 3 straight lines in it, 3 long straight lines, and we like that on this channel because I've done quite a few of these now and some of them have been very difficult. Alaska springs to mind, which was a very, very hard one, and there's been a couple of others that have been quite challenging in terms of scale and the shape of them. I do most of these first try. I say most. I've messed up once or twice. I messed up Pennsylvania, which was weird because that's quite an easy one, but yeah. So let's go all the way up here. So this is pretty much a straight line, but not quite. There's a little tiny bit of curvature in it, tiny bit. I think I will do this side first because this is the more complicated side. So yeah, as I say, the plan is we'll draw this, we'll do the details, then we will talk about the state a little bit and what I've found from doing a bit of research, and then that'll be your, I guess your cue to sort of go into the comments and tell me a little bit about what you know. If you might be from Arizona, then I'd love to know down below, because one of my favourite parts about doing these is when people head down to the comments and tell me that they're from the state that I've just drawn. It's always super cool. So, I'm just focusing up here because this is basically the only proper bit of definition in the map. So I don't want to mess this bit up. vertical straight line. These aren't the easiest to draw. There we go, that's not too bad. So there we have our outline of Arizona. Now we're going to do some details. Arizona, like a lot of other US states that I've done, I've noticed a pattern of they're quite large, but a lot of the population is concentrated in one area, if that makes sense. So, as we'll see now, I'm going to get this red pencil here, and I'm going to want to be about here. Around there. And as ever, we'll denote the capital with a star. And that capital is... Get my pen here. Misplaced it for a second. Phoenix. Now this is a bit of a rare case actually, where like the largest city in the state is actually the capital. A lot of the ones that I've done before have had, you know, very well known large cities in them, but they weren't necessarily the capitals. The one I did recently that springs to mind was, we did a map of Oregon, and I guess you just always assume that Seattle is the capital of Oregon, but that's not the case. So yeah, Phoenix is in fact the state capital. There's a lot of, on my reference map, a lot of places around here with separate names. Now I'm not sure whether they are their own cities or whether they are just sort of, you know, places within like the Phoenix metropolitan area, if that makes sense. I had a few comments on some old videos saying that some of the places I put in were kind of technically like suburbs of the bigger cities, but I'm going to do them for the sake of, number one, is that there's not really much else in Arizona, city-wise, outside of Phoenix, but also, yeah, it's what I have here as my reference, so there's one I do want to add here. Whoops. Which is Scottsdale. Now I play and watch golf, and if you play or watch golf, you will know that Scottsdale hosts one of the bigger PGA Tour events, the Waste Management Phoenix Open. It's played at TPC Scottsdale, and they have the famous 16th hole with all the grandstands, and yeah, it goes pretty crazy there. So yeah, I wanted to add that. I'm gonna add here is is Tucson. It's easy. I think it's easy to read that as Tuscan, but it's Tucson. C first and S second. And then I don't think it's very big, but it's one of the bigger, I guess, ones. And I always like a bit of field spread in my cities on my maps. So it's about here. And it is called Flagstaff. Again, I am not too sure how big it is. It's probably not very big at all, really. But yeah. Oh well. As I say, I like to have a little bit of something in all parts of the map. Okay. So, what should we do next? We always like adding mountains. So, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the largest mountain in the state is just outside Flagstaff. Just northwest of Flagstaff. And it is Humphreys Peak, and that is 12,633 feet, which is that's pretty hefty. That's quite big. We've actually got quite a few here. That's the wrong colour pencil. So just below this bit here, so we want to be about here, I believe. which is like, I think, the region of Mexico just below here. And then we have Mount Wrightson, 9,453 feet. So yeah, Chiricahua Peak, Chiricahua, and Mount Wrightson. Let me know if I've got those wrong. I most probably have. Okay. So one of the big things, one of the, I guess, most famous landmarks in the whole of the US, and part of the reason I wanted to do this map is up here. It is just about here. I hope that shows up right. Yeah, I think it's fine. It is the Grand Canyon. And again, one of the reasons I wanted to do this map was because I have actually been to the Grand Canyon. I've been to Arizona. And it was pretty surreal. I have to be honest with you, it was very, very cool. And I really, really enjoyed it. I was always a little bit worried that I was going to fall in. But yeah, it was super, super cool. And we actually got to walk down a little bit into it, which was awesome. So yeah, I've been to Arizona. I think I've only been in this top bit here. We went from Nevada, which is up here, into Arizona and out into California. So I think we kind of went like this. But we managed to get onto the old Route 66 in the process, which I'm not sure which one it is now. It could be, there's Route 40, which runs all the way here through Flagstaff. So I wonder whether that might have been the old Route 66. You'll have to let me know if you know that down below, because there's a little bit of it here that goes down from nearish the Grand Canyon into California, just about here. So I wonder whether we were on this bit here, but I'm not sure exactly. So you'll have to let me know if you know the answer to that question down below. We don't actually have any water surrounding this map. This is a landlocked state. We do have, so again, with a lot of these maps, the state border is on a river. So if you imagine all of this wiggly border here is like the Colorado River, and there's a number of lakes along here, but they're not really wide, they're more long. So I guess it's where the river gets wider and they've named it a lake. There is a bigger one up here called Lake Mead, but again it's not really big enough to sort of show on the map. But the river does come in from here, and it goes down. I should have really thought about this before I'd written Grand Canyon. And then goes up there to Lake Powell, which most of Lake Powell is in Utah. But that, as I mentioned, is the Colorado River. this with my pencil, wherever it is. Here we go. Okay, so that's Utah. There. Basically, this whole eastern border is New Mexico. This is Mexico, so a whole other country. There's not many. I suppose there's quite a few that border Canada as well on the top, but yeah. That's Mexico there. It's a different country. And obviously California to the west, and then kind of a diagonal line up there. And that's Nevada. So as I mentioned, I've been to California and Nevada also. I've also drawn a map of California, although it was over a year ago now. But if you're interested, go and watch that. I think that's most of what we wanted to draw done. We'll do a little bit of history. So, as you can see, this borders Mexico. This was one of the areas that was colonized by Spain in the 16th century, I think it was, and it was part of like the new Spain on the North American continent until the 1800s, and then it was part of the Mexican Empire when the Mexicans gained independence from the Spanish. It became part of the Mexican Empire for, I believe, 25 or so years, I think it was. And then the US came and occupied the region. So when the war between Mexico and the Mex-American War in the mid-1800s, when that was ended, this I believe was also called New Mexico at the time, and it became a US territory, and I think the US paid Mexico $10 million for that territory, and that is New Mexico and Arizona. So Arizona became the 48th state, and became a US state in 1912, so that's quite late actually. Obviously, as you know, if you know anything about American history, states sort of started in the east, and then as the US moved further west, the later states were those in the west. So and also further south as well. So like New Mexico, Arizona, California, those states were the last because I think they had occupation of the northwest, like Washington and Oregon, slightly before that. But because they were embroiled in this war with Mexico, they only managed to get this territory later. But it was a good was there. And in April it's always cold and rainy in the UK, but it was boiling hot in Arizona. So there are some forests in the Colorado Plateau, which is like the middle bit here. There are some forests, but I don't think there's many of them. Humphreys Peak here is the highest part, 12,633 feet. So yeah, it's just north of Flagstaff. They've got the Colorado River. There's another one which runs further south here called the Little Colorado River. But yeah, it's awesome. If you've ever seen photos or you've ever been, the Colorado River flows through the Grand Canyon, and just honestly go and look at photos. If you type in the Horseshoe Bend of the Colorado River in Arizona, the Horseshoe Bend, look at photos of that. It's incredible. It's so nice. Yeah, it has. So the Grand Canyon here is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is pretty cool. I don't think there's many of those around the world, but it really does deserve it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very surreal. I think because you're so used to seeing it in photos, it almost doesn't seem real when you get there. I'm actually just going to draw. I forgot to draw. Forgot to write the name of the state. But yeah, seriously, if you ever get the chance and you're in the area, or if you want to make a trip of going there on its own, do it. Go to the Grand Canyon. It's awesome. It's so cool. It's one of those places where photos won't ever do it justice, but even the photos look awesome. Like, I have some dusty old photos from my old iPhone 5S of the Grand Canyon. Obviously the camera quality is terrible on a 5S, but they still look really cool, and yeah, it's awesome. I would 100% recommend going to the Grand Canyon. And then a couple of other things. Population, there are 7.3 million people in Arizona. 4.85 million of those people live in the Phoenix metropolitan area, so way over half. And it has the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, which is a pretty cool name, and that is the busiest airport in the state, as you might guess. Well, with that, I'm pretty happy with that one. We got some cities, we got some peaks, we got a river, we got the Grand Canyon, we did some history, and we did some geography as well. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with our go at Arizona. As I mentioned at the start, if you enjoy, please drop a like and maybe consider subscribing as well if you've enjoyed and you have anything to say about the map or about the state of Arizona.